partnership between the Canadian cluster, which is myself. I'm Margarita Sidorova, and I'm with the Canadian Cosmetic Cluster. We are the territorial counterpart for Cosmetic Valley. We are part of the Global Cosmetic Cluster, and some of you members are also members of our big global network team. And one of our goals is not just to promote the different global cluster, but our territorial partner regions in France. So we partner with Bordeaux, the Wine Institute, as well as the Nouvelle-Aquitaine region. And we're going to learn a little bit more about the Institute.
Yes. Good morning to all of you. Welcome to this Institute of Wine and Wine Science. So the world of wine may be sometimes quite far from the world of cosmetics, but with some words, sensory evaluation, the taste, all of that. Maybe there are some similarities. So we analyzed maybe it could be pertinent for giving you an introduction of our institute, so for which I am the general manager, Philippe Darriet, and I am a professor at Bordeaux University. And so I give you just a small presentation of where you are. So it's very close to the Bordeaux vineyard, which is one of the main vineyards in the world with 1,010,000 hectares. Lots of wine producers, a lot of wine which is produced each year, not only as red, but also at dry white, sweet white, rosé, also some rosé, and some sparklings also in Bordeaux. But generally, when we speak of Bordeaux wine, we are speaking of red. It is not only, and there are a lot of differentiation between the wines of Saint-Émilion, the wines from Médoc, and evidently there are some highly reputed wines, Petrus, Mouton Rothschild, Margaux, which are with a good reputation for all over the world. I would like just to notice that we are also close to Cognac, with which we have a lot of interaction currently on the spirit. Yeah. They are very significant. Because also we are in the same region, which is Aquitaine Country, New Aquitaine Country. So our institute, it is a college of Bordeaux University. That is, there are a lot of teaching activities here. I'm giving you some examples then after. And there are a lot of research activities in the area of the wine science, but also in the vine science, in the pathology of the vine, and also with integrating the interaction with our colleagues in social science and humanities. That is, with people working in experimental economics for perception of the consumers. We are working with historians and geographers and people from marketing. So we are currently 250 researchers with more than 50 PhD students, over 500 students in our institute, and a lot of partnership at the international level with the network Innovity. We have also some transfer technology units. We are very close to the wine professionals. And we have also one international journal, which is UNO1, which is open access. That is, you can download all the articles you want from this journal, which exists since the 1960s. It was, in fact, it is open access now since 5 years. Okay. So our activity, teaching in the wine science, that is ethnology, teaching in the vine science, plant health, economics, history, geography, law also, marketing, so a lot of diversity with the profile of the students, scientific activities on all these subjects, and a lot of interaction. I gave you some example of the partnership with the Cognac wine industry as a Bureau National International du Cognac, and Bordeaux Wine Interprofessional Committee, CIVV, which gathering all the activities regarding wines. Merci. So our diploma, we have diploma at the level of Master of Wine and Vine Science. We have a specific diploma in France, which is a diploma of œnology, National Diploma of Œnology, which exists also in Spain, in Italy, in Portugal, and also in Germany. So this national diploma is also at the master level. There are some international master at the WIN tour on wine tourism. It is also an important topic. And we have some diploma, maybe it is surprising, maybe you could say, regarding the wine tasting. So there is a diploma of Bordeaux University for wine tasting, which is with more than 250 hours during all the year with exams. Also for the wine pruning, there are some diploma of wine pruning. So there are a large diversity of diploma also for wine professional and also short training. So our activity is around three main topics, which have been decided during the beginning of this institute in 2009. So these main topics are relatively with the world of environment, wine quality, and markets. So when we are speaking of environment, evidently there are some interaction with sustainability. So environment, it is evidently the adaptation to climate change. So climate change, it is in Bordeaux good way currently, but we know that for the future it shall be difficult to manage with the important temperature, with the diminution of water and maybe too much rainfall sometimes also, so large diversity of phenomena. There is also, regarding the world of environment, problems with the development of plant disease. So we are, downy mildew, powdery mildew, which are very difficult disease to manage, and we need for the maintenance of the vineyard to use some chemicals. So there is a need for diminution of the chemicals to develop alternatives. So we are working a lot on this subject, for example, developing new strategies against the pathogens, also for the creation of new grape varieties, which are very close from the traditional Bordeaux grape varieties that are resistant to the disease. And also, there is a very important point regarding the world environment to preserve and enhance the countryside, because maybe you know the vineyard. We expect it shall be always a pleasure to go inside the vineyard. Regarding the world of wine quality and identity, we are doing a deep work of characterizing the sensory input of the quality. That is, we are working on flavor components, taste components, polyphenolics components, with also sometimes antioxidant properties. They can make some links with cosmetics. We have also an activity of people. This afternoon you shall have a visit of institute by my colleague Tristan Richard regarding some components of the grape or the vine which can have positive impact as antioxidant and also for the health. So there is a group of people working in pharmacy inside our institute. There are also teachers. And there is also a work regarding the market. Particularly, we are studying the consumer's expectation. So we are presenting various kinds of wines, and we are analyzing how the consumers are evaluating the wines. So these are the three keywords of our institute. And now I can give you some examples regarding the sustainability aspect in the wine industry. Evidently, there is a very big impact and aspect of the climate change. So I give you a little more example in the next slides, but I wanted also to speak to you not only on the alternative and limitation of chemical inputs, but also the problems of carbon footprint, because you know that the wines is bottled and it is the bottles are heavy. It is a problem with this aspect. In cognac, there are some aspects also of carbon footprint regarding the point that the wine needs to be heated for distillation. So it is a big subject also of concern. We have some work with the use of byproducts of the wine growing, that is grape skin, sometimes vine branches, in order to isolate some components with interesting properties. So these aspects have been done in the past, are currently in continuation. They are difficult not only to do the extraction, but to be able to isolate the key compounds for using them, for example, as a cosmetics or other development. So it is a big challenge for improving the research on this topic. There are also a big concern regarding the societal evolution concerning the alcohol first, so with expectation for having limitation of alcohol content, and also with the wine style. It is shown that each generation has some expectations concerning the wine style. So it is a point we are analyzing we try also to project what could be the wine style expected for the next generation. We are also in a world of the wine, which is a world with a lot of media, and sometimes the media do not explain exactly what is the true, what is important to be said. So there are some confusion sometimes, but we are working a lot on this aspect. So how to manage all this activity? It is a very important point, and it is the case here in our institute, to have an interdisciplinary research. That is, being able to have interaction between the people working in the vine science, with analogies, with the people working with the consumers, and so on. It is essential to be able to adapt for all these challenges working in this context. Just give you some example regarding the adaptation to climate change. There are, I would say, from a general point of view, 4 points. One point, first of all, in order to adapt to climate change, it is to have a fundamental research to better understand the vine physiology. How the vine is developing, how the vine is adapting with the increase of temperature or more rainfalls and so on. So there are a lot of activities which are currently done, for example, for having experimental protocol where we increase artificially the temperature close to the vine in order to study not only the impact onto the vine development, but also onto the grape ripening and the wine characteristics. Then we are also studying some adaptation. So, for example, just behind, there is an experiment with a National Society in Electricity for putting some photovoltaic panels in order to capture the sunshine and produce electricity, but not only in order also to make a little of shadow. So what is the impact of this shadow, which can be pertinent in the context of too warm summer, particularly, onto the characteristic of development of the vine, onto the characteristics of the grapes, and so on. We are working on this area. Then we are also working onto the development of new vine materials. That is, new grape varieties. I was saying this week, actually some of them could be resistant to the main fungi, but also new vine materials that can be adapted to the dryness. So for example, if you are from a country in Canada, so the grape varieties that are cultivated are very well adapted to the frost. And so there are some adaptation to produce. So this problem of frost we have sometimes in Bordeaux, but not with the winter frost. The main frost we have, it is the spring frost. So the problem that sometimes in April we can have a frost that burns all the new leaves. It is very But for all these aspects of the vine adaptation, there is a need to make a full confrontation with the transformation of the grape into wine and the evaluation of the characteristics of the wine produced and the adaptation to the expectation of the consumer. So there are a lot of challenges. Just a small introduction of our activity. So you are, again, very welcome in this institute and good exchanges for all your morning.
And I'm the head of the Cosmetic Valley office in Bordeaux. So I wish you, I worked with Margarita to organize this today, this symposium, and you are very welcoming here for the New Aquitaine, because New Aquitaine is a partnership